No, I almost they're choking.
All right, here we go. All right, so, all right, A is equal to 65 degrees. The small a, which is the side length A, is 6, and B is equal to 7. Okay, I remember it was H is equal to B sine A, right? And so you plug in the 7, you plug in the sine of 65 degrees, and so 7 times sine 65, what'd you guys get? Is 6.3. So H is equal to 6.3. All right, so we know that the A is less than H and the A is less than 7. Right? So yeah, so I think this is a no triangle one, correct?
No.
Did you guys get this one?
Yeah.
So and it shouldn't be possible because let's say you did this where you did sine of 65 over 6 is equal to the sine of B over 7, right? So this would be the sine of B is equal to 7 sine 65 over 6, right? And so when you do that, when you put 7 sine 65 divided by 6, you get 1.057. And because the sine of B is greater than 1 in this situation, there's no triangle possible. So this is no triangle possible. All right, cool. Letter B, or the second one is, since you have only side lengths, you should use the law of cosine there. Okay, so the law of cosine, it's a solve for each, so you could opt for any angle. So since A is less than triangle, A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. So 5 squared is equal to 7 squared, 7.2 squared, sorry, 7.2 squared plus 10.1 squared minus 2 times 7.2 times 10.1 cosine A. I'm going to share the screen. Oh no, hold on. Oh, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, so anyway, you guys know it's no triangle possible for that one. All right, so now, you go from here. So 5 squared is 25 is equal to 7.2 squared. 7.2 squared is 51.84 plus 10.1 squared is 102.01 minus 2 times 7.2 times 10.1 is 145.44 cosine A. Okay. And then add these two. So it'll be 51.84 plus 102.01. That is 153.85 minus 145.44 cosine A is equal to 25. Subtract the 153.85. Oops. All right, and then so you cancel that. So that's what? Minus 25. That's negative 128.85 is equal to negative 145.44 cosine A. Remember not to subtract these two, is tempting, but because these two are attached with multiplication. So just so you know, and then divide the negative 145. And you get what? Cosine of A is equal to 128.85 divided by 145.44. That's 0.88. Looks like we're going to get 0.88. And then get the second cosine of that answer. And you get, so A is equal to about 27.6. Okay. All right. Once you have A, then you can use the law of sine. So a sine of 27.6 over 5 is equal to 7.2 is B. So 7.2 in sine B. So this equals 7.2 sine 27.6 all over 5 is equal to sine B. Any questions on this so far? Are we good? So we're just trying to find the other angles. Okay. We found one angle. We're trying to find the second angle. So this is 7.2 sine 27.6 divided by 5. You get 0.66 is equal to sine B. So second sine, inverse sine, second answer, you get 41.8 is B is equal to that. So if A is equal to 27.6, B is equal to 41.8, add those two and then subtract it by 180. So C is equal to 110.5-ish. All right. You guys getting these? This is good for you guys, or
Yeah.
okay? Hopefully, yeah, that one's not too bad. Okay. All right. Number 2. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go to the number 1 to see that you guys good. What we do? It's too fast. Let me know. If I need to slow down. Let me know. I'm gonna go to number 1 because it didn't record. So this is number 1 right here. You guys could copy that right there. Okay. All right. All right. Number 2. Two triangles leave a station on different tracks that make a 110 degree angle with the station as a vertex. All right. So here's the train station. Here is, so first train. So this train goes this way. This train goes that way at 110 degrees. Okay, with the station as a vertex, the first train travels at a rate of 50 miles per hour. Let's just say this is 50 mph. Second train travels at a rate of 40 miles per hour. 40 miles per hour. Okay, how far apart to the nearest is after 2 hours? So what we need to do is after 2 hours, this side will be, have to multiply it by 2, so it'll be 100 miles per, or miles, I guess. This will be 100 miles. And this will be at 80 miles, right? So how far is the distance from here after 2 hours? That makes sense? Okay, so one's going 50 miles per hour. So after 2 hours, one train will leave at, one train will have traveled 100 miles, right? The other train would travel 80 miles because they're going 40 miles per hour. All right. So you would use the what? I would use the law of, you can't use the law of sine because we don't know the opposite side of the 110, right? And then we don't know the opposite angle of here and here. So we have to use the law of cosine. So this is A. Let's call this A. That's what we're looking for. This is B. Well, this is small b. And let's call this small c. This is C. So A squared, right, is equal to B squared, which is 100 squared, plus 80 squared, minus 2 times 100 times 80, cosine 110. This will be 10000 plus 1600 minus, what is it, 200, 1600 cosine 110 equals a squared. 10,000 plus 1600 is 11,600 minus 1600 cosine 110. So 1600 cosine 110. This is negative. You guys good?
Is it 80 squared 6,400?
You are right. Thank you. My bad.
That's all you
It is 6,400. So 6,400. All right, good job. Thanks for telling me before we got too late. So 10,000 plus 6,400 is 6,400, right?
Yeah.
It is 16,400. Right? We good?
2 times 100 times 80, 60,000.
3, right? We good? Everybody good? Sorry, I did it in my head and I'm bad with this subside. All right. 100, 200, 200 times 80. Yeah, it should be 16,000. Sorry. So it should be, so 10,000 plus 6,400 plus 16,000 cosine 110. Thank you. I know your math teacher can't do math. So 16,000 cosine 110. What's confusing? It's just because which one? The 16,400?
Yeah.
Because 80 squared is 6,400. I put 1,600. I multiply it by 2. It's like a regular algebra student would do. What?
10,000?
So you add 10,000 because 100 squared is 10,000. Right, 10,000, and then 80. So plus 6,400 is 16,400.
No, that was on me. I wrote an extra.
All good. So equals a squared. So we pretty much could just do this now. So 16,000 cosine 110 is negative 547. So it's gonna be a plus sign, right? Because it's negative 547. 5472, sorry, 5,472.3, and then 16,400. So add these two numbers and then get the square root of that. So 16,400 plus 5,472.3 is equal to 21,872.3. Second radical, second answer. So A is equal to 147.8. If you guys, again, you don't have to get it exact, but if you got around that estimate, it should be good. So you just say 148. I look right? Anybody have any discrepancies? Please let me know. Man, it's taking a long time. We just did 2 problems, right? I'm tired. All right.
We should take a break.
We should take a break. Yes. Yes.
Shut up.
I do too.
Break time.
All right. Let's do quickly. Let's do number 3. I think these should be a little bit faster, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, convert given the coordinates. So you have the ordered pair, the rectangular coordinate, and you have to change it to a polar coordinate, right? So you have 2 comma negative 2 radical 3, right? And if you put this, if you graph this, this is going to be in the 4th quadrant, right? 2, and then where is 2 negative 2 radical 3? 2 radical 3 is 3.46. So here's 2, and then 3.46 or you could just write -2 radical 3 is right here. Okay. So in order for you to get the polar coordinate, you have to get the radius and the theta. The theta is right here. By the way, you don't have, there could be multiple ways of expressing the same point. As long as you get the same point, that's fine. You can write it anyway. So right now, how do we get the radius? Anybody know how to get the radius? It's pretty straightforward.
Find R by doing the distance, the origin to X and Y.
It's the Pythagorean theorem, right? So it's R squared is equal to A squared plus B squared, I guess, or X squared plus Y squared. Let's do that. R squared is equal to X squared plus Y squared. That might be easier. So X is 2, right? And then Y is 2 radical 3. You don't need a negative because when you square it, it's going to be positive anyway. So this is what, 4 plus 12, right? Because that's 2, 4 radical. Yeah, 4 times 3 is 12. R squared. What's the next step? R squared is equal to what? 16. Good. So you get the square root of both sides. So R is equal to 4. All right. How do we get the angle there? It's the tangent theta is equal to what? What's the opposite? What's the opposite? Guys, come on. Here we go. Theta. So opposite is what? 2 radical 3, right? And then y over x, and then the x is what? What's the x? 2. Cancel, cancel. So tangent of theta is equal to negative radical 3. All right. Where is tangent negative radical 3 here? Where is tangent negative radical 3? So radical 3 comes from radical 3 over 2 over 1/2. And in this case, the y has to be negative, right? 1/2. So this should be negative up here, right? So where is it where the x is 1/2 and the y is radical 3 over 2? Is what? 300. So you could say theta is 300 degrees. What's it in radians? So 4 pi over 3? No. 5 pi over 3? So either or is fine. So the coordinates are 4 and 300 degrees, or 4 and 5 pi over 3. Because remember, this is right here. This has to be 60 degrees right here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to catch on such short.
Huh? Yeah, we did a lot. Mhm.
I remember doing it.
Right.
Wow.
Cool. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's do number letter B. 6. Oh, you don't write down?
No, it's good. Remember.
All right. 6 is 6 comma negative pi over 2. And what you're doing is you're converting it to x and y. So this is, remember, this is already in polar. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the zeros get bigger. They get harder. 6, All right, 6 and then negative 1/2 is here. Right? Just by looking at it, what do you think the rectangular coordinate would be? What do you think the rectangular coordinate would be? Isn't section 6.3? It's in. Let's see what page is it on. Go to page 650. You have to use this x is equal to r sine theta. Sorry, cosine theta. And y is equal to r sine theta. So x is equal to, what's r? 6 negative pi over 2. What's r? 6 cosine negative pi over 2. What's cosine of negative pi over 2? 0, right? So 6 times 0 is 0. So the x value is 0. Why 6 sine negative pi over 2? What's this equal to? What's sine negative pi over 2? Negative 1. Negative 1 times 6? There you go. So our values are 0, negative 6. Cool. Let's take a break. All right. And then we'll start in about, we'll start number 4 in a little bit. Okay. That way I could reset the Zoom.